Now we are going into depositional features. Now, so much limestone has been dissolved by the water, forming erosional features. Now, this limestone has to be deposited somewhere. So, when the water deposits the excess limestone it is carrying, it will form depositional landforms. Write down landforms due to deposition. So, first, I'll show you. Now, see, everybody, you'd have seen this photo in your school textbook, right? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now, this is a cave. Yes or no? And from cave, imagine a water dropping from the ceiling of the cave, which has carrying lot of calcium carbonate in it. It has high amount of calcium carbonate in it. Yes or no? Now, what will happen? When it is dropping, it will start precipitating, leaving some calcium carbonate and forming a structure that is hanging from the top of the cave, like this. Okay. And when the water drops down, the remaining calcium carbonate will also start accumulating and forming a structure from the base of the cave. Yes or no? So the structure that is forming from the top of the cave should be held tight to the cave, should be held tight. So it is called as stalactite. It's not called, just a way to remember, I told. Okay? Stalactite should be held tight. And the structure from the bottom, which is formed, is called as stalagmite. Now, which one, stalactite or stalagmite, which one will be fatter like me? And which one would be still slimmer like you? Stalagmite would be fatter and less height. Yes or no? Because it is forming from the bottom. And this is forming from the top. So this would be slender and long. And at one point of time, they will come and meet each other, forming cave pillars. Okay? So, depositional features, stalactites, stalagmites, cave pillars. So, now the question arises, I forgot, am I a stalactite or a stalagmite? Tight, stalactite. Why is it always labels with you? He's angry. Okay. So let's start off. The depositional landforms in karst region are developed due to the deposition of calcium carbonate. Are developed due to the deposition of calcium carbonate. The calcium carbonate dissolved during the erosional process starts to precipitate when the water evaporates or when the solution is super saturated. So what will happen when the water carrying calcium carbonate starts evaporating? It will deposit. Yes or no? Or when it super saturated, maximum amount of carrying of calcium carbonate is reached. Now no more calcium carbonate can be dissolved. So it will start precipitating. Stalactites, stalagmites, and pillars are the most spectacular underground feature found in the limestone caves. Stalactite, stalagmites, and pillars are the most spectacular underground features that are found in the limestone caves. Then stalactites. So stalactites are sharp, slender, downward growing icicles. What are icicles? Where we see in fridges, right? In the freezers, we see small ice cones. These are called as icicles. So stalactites are sharp, slender, downward growing icicles of different diameter that hang from the cave roof. So to remember, to not to get confused, I remembered, okay, to hang, you need to be tight. So stalactite. Stalactites have a variety of forms. Their bases are normally broad, which taper towards the free end. So when they start, they would be a little broad and it would taper towards the free end. The water carries calcium in solution. When this lime charged water evaporates, it leaves behind the solidified crystalline calcium carbonate. we understand all this. Please write it down first. So we have done with stalactites. Next, we'll be moving with stalagmites. Stalagmites. They are formed due to dripping of water from the surface or through the thin pipe of stalactite immediately below it. So either they can form when directly water drips down from the base, they can start accumulating, or the water drips down from a stalactite, it will start forming below the stalactite. Both the cases. Dripping water from the surface or through the thin pipe of the stalactite immediately below it. Moisture dripping from the roof trickles down the stalactites and drops to the floor where stalagmites are formed due to the deposition of calcium. They might take the shape of a column, a disc with either a smooth, rounded, bulging end or a miniature crater like depression. So you might get this question also. Which one would be fatter? Stalactites are usually fatter than stalagmites. True or false? False. Very. So we have done with stalactites and then we did with stalagmites. Now the person who is left is cave pillars. Very, very simple. You guys understand. When these both come and meet, they'll be called as cave pillars. Pillars. Over a long period, stalactites is eventually merged with the stalagmites. Thus, the pillars or columns of different diameters are formed. They are called as cave pillars. Cave pillars.